Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. Manatee teachers get a pay raise. We'll talk about why many are still upset, plus lots of laughs from the basketball courts.
I'm Kelly Jaco, owner of Soul Yoga and Jaco Boxing. Today in Money Matters, we're going to talk about our financial fitness to make sure our money is working hard to make our future strong.
I'm Beth. Goodwill, Minnesota is teaming up with area Girl Scouts to make sure the symbol of our country is properly cared for. We'll show you what they're doing.
And I'm Linda Carson. You're never too old or too young to learn more about self-defense. We have a new tool today that can help us keep safe. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show and welcome back to our friend Kelly Jaco. Great to have you here.
Good to be here.
Appreciate you taking a break from your busy schedule.
It's nice to take a break sometimes.
Well, we do sit.
We do sit. My steps are a lot less when I come here. I have to walk around more in the afternoon.
But sitting next to you, it proves to me that working out really does work.
Working out helps. It helps.
Working out helps, and it always makes me feel better because Kelly is a fellow working mom, and we've been talking all off the camera about all the different things that you have to juggle as a working mom.
Yeah.
But we found you doing some other kinds of juggling. It's a little bit of trickery.
Oh boy.
We
What do
have
we
to
have?
share. Check this out.
Katie, what's your favorite part of your dinner?
Chicken.
Yeah? Yep, it's good chicken. Josh, what are you eating, bud?
Lunch.
What else?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Okay, but you need to tell us the story because there was a caption that then popped up and said, that's not chicken.
No.
What was it?
What is it?
It was a pot roast, but it doesn't matter what I cook. If it's pot roast, it's chicken. If it's salmon, it's chicken. If it's pork, it's chicken. If it's chicken, it's chicken.
Now, is that their choice or your choice?
No, I tell them, well, they won't eat it if I tell them, oh, this is fish. And they're like, oh, I don't like that. But they love it. So I tell them it's chicken. And
So wait, you have tricked your children into thinking everything is chicken?
yes. I just cook it different.
This is chicken that mommy's turned brown.
They eat it and they love it.
That's amazing that they eat it to me.
That's a good idea.
It works.
That's
lied to them.
hysterical. So I'm just wondering at what point in time they realize.
I don't know. My son is 5. I feel like it's coming soon.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's funny. I did that with my ex-husband. I used to tell him, like, he didn't eat pork. I would tell him that's chicken. I did.
And he'd eat it all up.
And he didn't eat Brussels sprouts. I was just like, oh, it's just cabbage I cut up really small. Like, I did.
Isn't that funny?
Well, my husband
I
was
swear to God.
very flattering about my cooking. He once said, Linda's meatloaf is not bad if you put enough ketchup, but it may take a whole bottle.
I'm just in awe that everybody's getting away with these things because I don't get away with anything. at home.
Because your kids are educated.
Well, no,
we could trick them.
Right. Yeah. I don't think I have much longer, but. Or maybe they're playing me. Maybe they.
Either way. And there was broccoli on that plate
There
too,
was.
by the
And
way.
it was
So
chicken.
we were all
It's
impressed
chicken.
with that. Whatever it takes to be healthy, and that appropriately is the theme
Yeah.
of our kitchen segment today as well. We welcome a new face, Anita Jimenez from Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, and you are here to tell us about a healthy eating program. So what are we making as part of it?
We are making some fajita quesadillas and some black bean salsa and different things that you can encourage your kids to eat vegetables. So Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital and the American Heart Association want to get on the go. You know, this is on the go food that is healthy and your kids will love this. Promise.
Okay. I love the challenge of getting my kids to love it, and we love the way it looks. Beth commented all those bright colors. Look fabulous.
healthy.
And Anita is with us as part of National Nutrition Month, which is the month of March. So we are sneaking it in right in the end. And Kelly,
Yes.
Not
I
chicken.
don't think it's chicken. I don't. We'll have to find out. But
It looks like it could be chicken.
black beans, chicken.
Same thing.
You just wait. That's all I have to say to you, my friend. It's going to come get you. All right, it is time for our first hot topic. And the Manatee County School Board approves a raise for for teachers, but after hours of a very heated meeting. It was a full house and dozens more were watching on monitors around the building. Before the meeting, teachers were out on the street wearing red shirts to rally support from passing drivers. So here's what got approved. Teachers will receive what they call pay step raises, a little here, a little there, based on their effectiveness in the classroom, aka test scores, and also based on their longevity. But retroactive pay and more help with health insurance were not included. Some spoke out on social media saying they are making less now than they did 10 years ago when you factor in the insurance costs. Others said that that $300 expense stipend that's part of it is nothing but a joke. Do you think we will ever be able to treat our teachers well enough for the job they do for children?
You know what? Before I got into owning my own business with my husband, I have my master's in education, and I taught 4th and 5th grade, and then I didn't teach for long because of this type of thing. I felt like I was spinning my wheels every single day, trying to reach those test scores that don't really show whether our children are ready or not. We're just teaching to a test, and I really disliked doing that. And also the reward for being a teacher, the happiness that you see in their faces, all of that is great. Living in Sarasota County, Manatee, maybe a little bit different, but teachers are not, for sure, not getting paid what they deserve.
Not a living wage.
Well, and you bring home your work. You might work until 3 o'clock in the afternoon and have summers off, but man, you bring home a lot of work, and I don't know that we're ever, unfortunately, going to see much of a change.
And the health
the
costs, we should have
unfortunate part.
actually paid more for their health costs, because
Yes.
that's such a big factor right now.
It's really unfortunate, and actually, it's like a mixed thing, because you really, the school district, especially Manatee School District, they don't have the money. I'm sure they would love to give the raise, but the reality is their budget's already strapped. They had to make cuts a couple years ago where they're already operating bare bones with like less teachers than they actually need.
Right.
So you have that balance of we don't have it, but they need it, and that's the unfortunate part, because the people who are going to make the biggest difference in our children's lives this time is these teachers.
And quality teachers, what will also happen,
Yeah.
unfortunately, is quality teachers will end up going elsewhere and
No one wants to
finding
be
something
broke.
else to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it just makes me sad because it's such a difficult situation, because they so deserve to be rewarded. But Beth is right, especially in Manatee, when they got in all that trouble 4 or 5 years ago, they haven't recovered.
Yeah, well,
And
it comes from taxes.
they can only do so much.
Yes.
But, it's
But
not,
yeah,
I
we're
don't
bringing
think it's
in
just-
money hand
but
over
it's not
fist
just
in
taxes.
Manatee.
I think it's a combination of things. Like in our, we don't value teachers enough to put them higher on the totem pole.
Right.
We're putting other things before them, maybe building a new school, which is not saying that we don't need that, but you also need the better teacher. So sometimes I think it's reorganization of the values. And teachers probably should come first, not the building
Yeah.
or not other resources.
And it's always sad to me when everyone leaves unhappy, and that seemed to be the situation
Well,
last
you know,
night,
the only thing we
unfortunately.
can do about it is to show those teachers how much we appreciate them.
Absolutely.
Lots
That's
of
how
us-
charter schools came about, because people are leaving the public system to go in the other system.
Right. All right. Well, it won't be the last we hear about it. Speaking of schools, the Florida House is debating changing foreign language requirements for high school students. Should computer coding count as part of a language requirement? So one argument is that including coding as language encourages students to learn a computing skill that'll bring them more job opportunities. An argument against that is out-of-state and private universities have foreign language requirements, and having coding instead puts the kids at a disadvantage elsewhere. Sounds like to me like we're at a disadvantage on both levels, which bums me out.
You need both of those things. It's
Yeah.
not an either or. They're
Yeah.
two totally different things. You need the coding, yes, but a foreign language, I've read, really changes your brain structure if you learn it young. And we're a world people now. We're traveling all over the world, and the people from all over the world are coming here. We need to be able to communicate.
You know, I find unfortunate, if you go to another country, everyone speaks English
English,
as their
yes.
home language, plus maybe 4 others. And, you know, I'm in a situation I can barely speak English on most days. So it's like, you know, it just seems kind of like we're really at a disadvantage. And again, we just start setting the bars lower because we like to think that we are the pinnacle, not realizing that around us, everyone is advancing.
And different
Yeah.
states are different. I moved from Ohio to Florida's public school system, and I'm in Hillsborough County. I am very, very disappointed with the lack of foreign language in the schools.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would think Spanish especially, not just because we live in Florida, nationwide, should be a
Right.
mandatory part of life. How are we sending these kids out when they're not going to be able to talk to 50% of the country? I mean,
I
that's
agree.
crazy.
I agree.
It's crazy.
And I think too.
We tell them to speak English. No? Okay.
But it is what it is, you know,
It
and
is.
it's not just language, it's culture, it's tolerance, it's all these other things. that-
When it comes to the coding, I think that we are many steps ahead in proposing this. I think it's important. I think that we would do our children an injustice if we tell them not to use electronic devices, not to learn the coding and the wave of the future. However, you know, if universities need you to have X amount of credits in foreign language and they're not going to accept that,
And they
then
won't.
we are
And they
also
won't.
not. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
So
I think I'm glad we're not in education as a career
Yeah.
today.
No, thank
It's
you.
starting to seem more stressful. So tough love is a hard part of parenting, but basketball fans are cheering on a dad for his decisions. Someone at a Cavaliers-Hornets game uploaded a photo from the stands of a man holding a sign. It reads, "Thomas, get your grades back up and next time you'll be here. Love, Dad." They are calling him Dad of the Year, and everybody loves his resolve. I am sure the kid who is being grade shamed is not happy.
I love
but
it.
I do too.
I
You
did
spent
this
a
to
lot
my-
of time on that sign.
I did this to my little brother, so I promised him I would take him to a game. I bought the tickets, had really, really good seats. He didn't get his grades together. I took my nephew. And it was taking pictures the whole time. This could have been you.
Oh, yep. Did it work?
He didn't talk to me for a while.
Well, that's the price you pay.
Yeah.
That's why they call it tough love.
Yeah.
Well, something surprising is on the menu in basketball locker rooms. It seems the NBA is crazy for PB&J. In fact, it's a pregame ritual for many teams. It actually started with the 2008 Celtics, but it has spread. Every team has its variations. Some even offer a PB&J buffet. The Cleveland Cavaliers play head games with their sandwiches. They send those nasty frozen Uncrustables to the opponents, while the Cavs feast on organic PB and fancy jam. So I want to know if there is a nutrition component to this, Kelly, or if we are just like comfort fooding it up here.
You know what's really interesting is if you talk to endurance athletes, triathletes, runners, cyclists, PB&J a lot of times is in their nutrition bag. There's a really good mix of carbohydrates, protein, sugars that you need to kind of boost that energy. So those basketball players are playing, while it's not, you know, going and running a marathon, they're playing for.
it's pretty hardcore.
It's pretty hardcore, back and forth and back and forth. So for sure, it offers them good nutrition.
Should we
for
not
their
feel
game.
bad about feeding our kids that for lunch
No,
then? I
you
mean, maybe
shouldn't
that
feel
gives them
bad.
some.
That's
Well,
not
good.
a great idea.
I know. Well, I do feel bad because mine eats it every single day.
No, don't feel. If they like it and they're eating it, there's nothing wrong with a PB&J.
Well, most of them start out with that, don't they? I mean, my grandchildren all started out.
You might have never evolved.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just chicken. That's what I'm telling them.
I'm never living that down.
You are never living that down. It might be my new favorite story. Well, driving around here is never easy, but the human ability to navigate on the whole could be suffering because of GPS. A study shows that if we don't use the hippocampus part of our brain, which is responsible for route planning, that part of our brain essentially shuts off. The study backs up research that GPS causes people to ignore their surroundings. Researchers point out the brain is a muscle, and navigating is like weightlifting. If you don't do it, the brain gets weak. Who knows how to read a map and who relies on GPS?
I know how to
read a map.
I guarantee you, younger than us. Oh no, I'm actually very good at maps.
I have
Younger
to-
than us,
They can't.
no
I
way.
have to be the devil's advocate on this, though. I have seen people in their vehicles map out, driving along, looking at the map. That is not safe.
No, that's
And
not.
this is
but
something
there's other ways to do it. You can pull
Sure,
over.
sure.
Before you
can
go.
read the map before you go. You
Right.
can memorize the street you're supposed to be
As
stopping
news
at.
reporters, do you remember what we used to have to
Oh,
do?
yes. I
We
used to do that.
And you'd have a map, and you'd be
Right.
looking for
And
the
you pull
street,
over.
and you'd be finding coordinates, and your photographer would be screaming at you if you didn't do it quick enough.
You're like, I don't know where it is. I can't
I'm
find it.
trying to look on the map, you know,
But
whereas
you know,
now.
this can't be affecting our brain. We only use GPS just a short time
Sure.
every day.
No,
We're
no,
getting
I
around-
disagree. I have friends that literally cannot do anything now without
Yep.
the GPS.
Well-
literally go home. You're going to get lost if the GPS system goes down.
Exactly. If your phone is't charged, they can't find their way home from the
but
mall.
I think this goes back to what technology is doing for us in general. I think that we've become a little bit dumber
Yes.
because of all of our tools, and so there's a balance in what we use and how we use our brain and socializing and
I know
all of
we
that
have
stuff.
to rush, but remember those days when we remembered numbers? Like I could remember
Telephone
like 10
numbers.
cell phone numbers.
plus 7.
I cannot
Right.
remember.
We used to know everybody's
one
phone
cell phone number now.
I do
know
not.
mine.
I
That's
don't know
it.
my husband's. It's a constant irritation. We have to look in the phone. It's pre-programmed. I don't know.
I
His
used to
number.
know a lot of them,
I know.
multiple, but
All
because
right.
of the cell phone, I can't memorize numbers
Not
now.
good.
But you're remembering a lot of other things. You have to remember a lot more stuff.
All right, here's something I bet you will remember. So, you know, vanity license plates, they're kind of always fun to see and figure out, but they do have rules. Well, a guy in Canada is mad because Nova Scotia is now saying no to his plate that simply has his last name on it. So his last name is Graber, Lorne Graber.
I get it, grab her.
He says he put his last name on a plate decades ago as a tribute to his late father. But Nova Scotia says other drivers do not know the context. It has been deemed offensive because they think it reads grab her.
I think
That's
he's
what
so-
I would have read too.
I think he's so full of it. He knows exactly what people are reading that as,
What's
and
wrong
I
with
agree with Nova
grabbing
Scotia.
her?
Yeah, people are
Maybe
too
it's a good
sensitive.
grab.
Well, it depends.
Maybe she was falling and he
Maybe,
needed to grab her.
maybe, but
Grab her.
most of the time we construe grabbing her in
I
this
think he
political
meant the-
climate.
The
Need I
bad
say
version.
more?
But so
It's
what?
not our fault someone else's mind is in the gutter.
Yeah.
Linda,
I would
where-
just
what
laugh.
would you?
It would not be a big deal to me. I would just laugh.
No, it wouldn't be a big deal to me, but a lot of people are
Or
too
maybe
sensitive.
he's
People are
in
way
love with
too
his wife
sensitive.
and he's like, I just want to
Grab her.
All right, we think it's okay to grab
I don't
her.
care what he wants to do. So what? It's not that interesting.
All right, we're going to check into our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, it's Money Matters.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. And most folks along the beaches are pretty happy right now with the weather. In fact, all across the Suncoast, we have beautiful conditions. Within a few miles of the coast, it's a little bit cooler due to that west wind. You see it there at 10 miles an hour. That's that nice sea breeze, which brings that cooler air over the Gulf of Mexico. You can see those winds out of the west covering Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton down to Osprey. And also in south portions of the county, we have 11 miles an hour out of Inglewood. And 12 Warm Mineral Springs. You get to look at the temperatures right now. 86 in Orlando. It's 83 in Tallahassee. But notice the temperatures, Mayaca City, Arcadia, Wauchula, all into the mid-80s there to upper 80s in some cases. But along the beaches, 10 degrees cooler in Anna Maria compared to Mayaca City. 78 in Venice now. Sarasota at 78. Lakewood Ranch a little bit warmer, 82. And Parrish at 85. That front to our north is going to fade away. There's another one developing over Texas right now that's going to move into our direction on Friday. Bring us a chance for a few showers. We'll have the details on that coming up at 5. See you then.
Investing is all about making your money grow and work for you. And in today's Money Matters, ABC 7 business analyst and financial advisor Richard Stern is here to teach us some tricks professionals use to predict the future growth. All right, well, I understand this lesson comes with a quiz.
Yes, it does. And it's not really a trick. It's actually something that's very important. But it's called the Rule of 72.
Okay.
And anyone who's had any background in economics would be familiar with it. But I want to give you some options as to what the Rule of 72 might mean and see what you ladies think. Okay. Number 1, or A, it's the number of stocks that a mutual fund can own.
Okay.
B, it's how long it takes money to double. Or C, the number of stocks that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Oh,
One of those 3 is the right answer. Anybody want to give it a shot?
I say C, because that's sort of a definite thing.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average.
You know I
Kelly?
don't know what I'm talking about. But
Kelly?
I would say C too, because 72 for a double
definitely
is
not
a long.
B.
Yeah, it's not B.
I guess I'll go with C also.
I researched the segment, so I'm being quiet.
Okay, well then you know that the right answer is B.
I do
How
know.
long
I
it
always
takes
thought
money
that was
to
wrong.
double.
I should have never said that.
How long it takes money to double. Now, one very important caveat, or really 2 important caveats. Number 1, it only works in an IRA.
Oh.
And the reason for that is you can't make withdrawals. This is money that is to grow. So if you allow money to grow without withdrawals and without taxes, remember IRAs grow tax deferred. So if money is not being taxed and not being withdrawn, now we'll take a look at how long it takes your money to double. It's the rule of 72. So if we can multiply, let's take a look. If you assume that you can earn 8% a year for 9 years, which equals 72, that means every 9 years in your IRA, your money will double if you make 8% per year. Now, let's make another assumption. If you can actually make 12%, and let's be honest, that's not really realistic, but just for the purpose of this exercise, every 6 years your money would double. Again, no taxes, no withdrawals. And the third one, just for example, again, is if you can earn 7.2%, and historically that's about what the Standard & Poor's 500 average has done. If you can earn 7.2% a year for 10 years, your money will double. So if you're 35 years old and you've got $100,000 in your IRA and you can earn 7.2% a year, it's going to be worth $200,000 10 years later, and it's going to be worth $400,000 10 years after that. Linda, you and I are a little late to the game, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this.
But again, keep in mind, it's for retirement purposes. It's money that is safe. Well, safe is a matter of investing, but it's money that's tax-free, tax-deferred, and without any withdrawals. So it's very important, and it's something that hopefully our viewers can learn from, you ladies can learn from, and the answer was yes. The rule of 72 is how long it takes money to double, and it's something
And
that
a good
lot of
planning
people
tool.
should
Yes,
have.
a
Oh,
great
no
planning
question about
tool.
it. Again, you have to make certain assumptions. Those assumptions may or may not prove to be accurate, but at least it gives you some kind of a target to know what, if you're 40 years old and you have X number of dollars in your IRA, what might that be at 50, what might that be at 60,
I like
et cetera.
this. Me too. All right, well, thank you so much, Richard. Now we have a lot of planning to do.
There you go.
Now we're all looking stressed.
10 years. How can we do this? All right, always great advice. Next, Sounds of the Suncoast is going to the blues. We got a blues guitar player in town.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, April 15th. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Tickets are going fast for My Hometown Fest, being held from noon till 5 p.m. Saturday, April 15th at Nathan Benderson Park. Enjoy foods from 40 area restaurants, 60-plus craft beers, live music, and lots of fun. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
And welcome back. We're singing the blues today with Mark Guitar Miller. He's originally from the Northeast and has opened for big blues greats like B.B. King over the years. And we're happy to have him today in today's Sounds of the Suncoast. Take it away.
Come on, baby, you can love me right. Well, come on, mama, you can love me right. You can hug and kiss me, get me through the night. Well, I ain't got much money, I don't drive me no big big car. Well, I ain't got much money. I don't drive me no big car. Well, you keep on fussing. Love ain't gonna get you too far. Sweet love, sweet love. Hey, sweet love. Oh, sweet love. Sweet, 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 sweet love. Right. Well, I ain't got me too much money. I'm lucky to have a place to stay. Well, now I ain't got much money. I barely got a place to stay. Well, you keep on fussing. Love ain't gonna get you this way. We need sweet love. I want sweet love. Hey, sweet love, just a little sweet love. Well, sweet, 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 sweet love. Yeah, sweet love. Hey, sweet love.
I feel better already. That's awesome.
Sweet love.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's introduce yourself because I didn't introduce you.
Brian Ellingson.
Brian, well, welcome.
You play a mean harmonica.
Yeah,
I mean, you did some pretty amazing things.
And you play a mean guitar.
Oh, thank you very much.
Really.
So you opened for big names like B.B. King and have been doing this for so long. What brought you here?
Well, we just wanted to get warmed up a little bit. The weather gets a little cold.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah. It's a great place. We decided to come here a year ago. And, you know, there's some blues around and a lot of great musicians. And the people have been really nice to me. And this is a good example of how nice you folks are to have me on.
We are happy you are here, and we know you're around town, so I'm sure people will continue to see you. Now, we want to let you guys know coming up next is going to be ways to protect yourself. We got self-defense skills, but first, Mark and his friend is going to play us out again.
Want to hear
All right, let's hear it.
First touch, first kiss, first dance, and you just might take a chance. 'Cause you will know right where to go.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing.
But sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Fun for the whole family. The 25th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County. Fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment. With headliners, the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Kim Betts, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4. Children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Venice Airport Festival grounds.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're talking nutrition with Anita for Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital. Help us make family meals easier to go. Do you have a great tip for us?
Well, actually, we have so many great things in the grocery stores now. We're going to be using some packaged coleslaw. We'll be using, you know, whole wheat tortillas and grated cheese that's already grated. So a lot of things that convenience foods you can find in the grocery store that'll help you.
Okay, we're all about it. It keeps us out of the drive-thru. We'll join you in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Linda?
It is never too late to learn to protect yourself. And there are new self-defense tools that are made to fit into your lifestyle and to keep you safe in any situation. Here to tell us more is Derek Clark from Clark Self-Defense. Derek, we saw the need for this just recently. Did you see this video?
Yes, I saw it. I heard all about it. What a tragedy.
Oh yeah, this woman was attacked on Bee Ridge Road right here in Sarasota. A guy came up, attacked her. Now, she was able to get her tire iron and fight the guy off. But I am thinking if I had to get my tire iron, first I'd have to clean out the entire truck, and by then he would be gone. But you've got an easier way. Oh, there he goes, there he goes. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Now, she had no reason to think, look at her.
Yeah,
come on, lady, get him. Now, you can teach us to do that. She was walking away so proud. You can teach us to fight back, but I would not have a tire iron handy.
No, but you might have your keys with you. The good thing about this is called the Kubaton, and it's readily available. Most of the time you're carrying your keys, you have it on you. It gives you a little more extension away from your body so you can use that reach to strike down with. Would you like to see it?
Well, it's not heavy.
No, it's easy and durable. You can pull it right out, and it's perfectly legal to carry.
Okay, how can I fight back against you?
Well, let me show you some techniques.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it before you guys do that? I know you said it's a Kubaton. Is it a little miniature baton? Can we hold it up so we can see it?
Yep.
See, it's not hollow. And it's not heavy. I mean, it just weighs an ounce or so.
So I have a question. Are you hitting with that, or are you using it to make the keys a whip?
Both. You can use both. You can use this to go to pressure points and other sensitive parts of the body, like a wrist
Kelly
clamp.
likes
I'd like
eyeballs,
to show.
she said.
Eyes,
Poke their
throat,
eyes out.
all
Do you mind
that
if I
stuff.
hold it?
Sure.
So it's just a little miniature baton?
No, it's no heavier than your keys.
No, it's not, but it's really durable and it works really well.
Better than
I'd
a
love to show
finger.
you.
I mean, if I wanted
Yeah, and that's really good to grip.
All right,
Wow.
so
Got
it's
the
a little
grips.
miniature baton
Yeah.
that you can just grab it like this, and then your keys are attached, and then you just use it to hit.
Yes.
And it will be helpful to know
Let
those
me try
pressure
this
points.
on
that-
Derek.
All right,
Okay.
Linda's going to try
Okay, Derek. So you're the guy on Bee Ridge
I'm going
Road.
to grab.
Yeah.
She comes over the top and hit me right in the collarbone, Linda.
Right
Down.
there.
Oh, that's a pressure point. Good. Knee up. Good job.
I'm sorry,
That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay.
Is your nose okay?
That's perfect. You did that technique
You were the
well.
bad guy. Okay, show
Would
me
you like
another
to
one.
see some other ones?
Yes.
Can I ask Cindy to come over for a second? I'll show you another technique.
Oh,
this
now
one's
we're
a
gonna
real
get to
good
the
one.
professionals.
All right, Cindy, show me a couple good ones.
Let me get
I
out
go
of
to
the way
grab
here.
So the thing about the Kubaton is she can strike me in my hand. I go to reach for her. She just keeps me away. She pulls in.
Oh, I
and does it
like
neat.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, that was a
Cindy
great
is
move.
violent.
She is strong.
She's gonna get him.
The other thing I want to mention is when my hand was out there, Cindy, whack my knuckles. See what it does? She can come across my knuckles, hit it again. Boom. If I'm close enough, she can hit my face. Boom.
Oh, so I like those keys as a weapon.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm scared of hitting people, but I'm not scared of hitting them with keys.
No, the keys are very effective.
I like
at
that.
shock. Would you guys like to see another cool one?
Yes.
All
We're
right.
intrigued.
Cindy, let's do the one when you throw me
Cindy,
back.
we like you.
Yeah, we do.
Pull.
Oh.
Wow.
Ah, nice
that's
one,
a
Cindy.
wrestling move.
Good. That was a great technique.
So
That
for
is
that one, you
awesome.
didn't actually use the key part. You actually used the baton part.
Yeah, what she does is she grips me, Cindy. She has my wrist in a position
Applies
where she has
pressure.
me locked for a few seconds where she can use the next move to take my momentum. Let's just say, hypothetically, we're in a parking garage. It's late. I walk up to Cindy from behind. I get her off guard. All right, one of the cool things about the Kubaton is you can strike and use the pressure points on me. So I'll show you. Do it, Cindy. Oh, jeez. Go for it, Cindy.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's a career for a,
Nice
for
job,
a
Cindy.
thief.
That's important, though,
Okay.
because a lot of times it does happen from behind. And for her to be able to whip those keys
Yeah.
back like that.
Natural instinct. The hand goes
Yeah.
up and you just start
Now,
swinging.
there are other tools we can use.
Yes.
Tell us about them.
The cane is another perfect
Oh,
example.
I've got one of these for traveling.
All right, we're going to use this in a senior application. The good thing about the cane is it can be an umbrella. It could be a tire iron, like you saw.
Just so you have one in your
Yeah,
purse.
and it's readily available and it's pretty common, unassuming.
Right.
So let's say I go up to this guy and I give him a little hard time. He's going to bring his hand over, drop me, and use the cane to strike. Oh, yeah. Nice shot.
Wow. Yay, senior citizens.
The other example is from behind. I go up behind him, like I did to Cindy. I go to grab, look how he uses the cane to hook my wrist. Strike me in the head, and then, ooh. He likes to go below the knees because I can't block that. And it's a big surface to hit. The higher the strike, the easier it is maybe for me to grab
really?
it. Yeah, so if his hands are up and I want to grab it, hold it up like this, Amos. He wants to keep it away from me, so do the move, hit, boom, and then he still hits me with that
So he doesn't
cane.
stop there.
getting beat
Do you
up.
have classes in this?
Yes, we have classes. We're doing a special class on Wednesday of this week, the 29th, at Clark's Self-Defense on Fruitville Road.
Do you get too old for this?
Never too old.
So
It's
I'm
for
not too
all
old to
ages.
try this?
Absolutely not.
This is great.
Would you
So
like
if
to
you
do
want to take his class, so next time that guy attacks, he will end on the ground and he'll be calling the hospital. Go to clarkselfdefense.com. And March 29th at 7 o'clock is the class. So markselfdefense.com will get you in it. And we'll be right back.
All right, Linda, step over here.
Watch out, Linda.
Oh, another one.
Start spinning it. I'm
Go,
afraid to go
Bobette,
in.
get
Hit my
him.
leg. Oh, yeah, harder. Oh, nice. Nice.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. An update on an animal abuse investigation in Sarasota County. How a group of malnourished dogs that were seized from a home earlier this month are now recovering. Plus, a new investigation into President Trump's visits to South Florida. Why a government watchdog group is looking into his Mar-a-Lago resort expenses. Let's get a check on the weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Thanks, Scott. A beautiful day today. It has been a high temperature today. We're into the low 80s, mid to upper 80s inland, and that sea breeze has really cooled things down, at least a little bit near the coastline. That wind coming in out of the west now over the cooler water, relatively cooler waters of the Gulf of Mexico, and it's keeping things rather mild there into the upper 70s for the most part near the beaches. We'll let you know about our rain chances, which are increasing as we push into the end of this work week, coming up today at 5. See you then.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you. Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you use CPAP therapy, if you have private insurance, or you're on a Medicare replacement plan, we may be able to help you get your CPAP supplies at little or no cost to you and free shipping. Most insurance companies allow a patient to get a new CPAP mask, cushion, filter, and tubing every 3 to 6 months to prevent respiratory infection and skin sores.
That's why you should call AmeriCare CPAP. Call 800-423-5457. That's 800-423-5457.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
There are some very specific rules for retiring an American flag as a symbol of our great country. And as a patriotic youth organization, the Girl Scouts have a duty to help us do so responsibly. As a part of the Goodwill Legacy of Valor program, in today's Good News with Goodwill, Goodwill Manitoba is partnering with the Girl Scouts of the Gulf Coast of Florida to properly retire flags. The Goodwill Director of Veteran Services, CJ Bannister, is with us today to tell us more. Welcome, CJ. My husband felt so strongly about this. He was a veteran, he was in the Korean War, and he talked about this all the time, how we don't respect the flag enough. You're a veteran.
I am. 8 years in the Air Force.
8 years in the Air Force, wonderful. Well, introduce the Girl Scouts you brought.
Okay, this is Ariel today, and this is Faith. They're both from Sarasota, joining us today to talk about how they are helping us to retire the flags.
When does a flag become unserviceable? When do you know when it's time to retire one?
Anytime a flag becomes torn, worn, faded, or soiled in any way, shape, or form, it should be retired properly. And just like you were saying, your husband is so strong, feels so strong about that. Every veteran, I think, out there will understand how important it is, because the red, white, and blue the patriotism is instilled in you from basic training, and it means something. It means the blood, sweat, and tears of the people that died for this country. Most of them are brothers and sisters as well.
What are the options for retiring a flag?
Okay, so the options, actually, you need to get it to someone that can properly retire it, and Goodwill accepts soiled or worn flags, so you can donate them to us, and we'll make sure that we get them to the Girl Scouts and get them retired properly.
So a flag that goes to Goodwill will be taken care of properly?
It absolutely will.
That is so good to know. Now, what will the Girl Scouts do?
Well, once they have the flag, I'm going to let Ariel talk about it. We can't let this touch the ground. You want to hold?
So never let it touch the ground?
Never.
Okay. And I can see right here it's worn because of the torn pieces at the bottom. And
right.
Oh yeah, it's time.
Okay.
Okay, now what do you do first? Tell us what you're going to do. Never let it touch the ground. You spread it out. What do you do next?
So the flag retirement process is a really long process. First, you cut the flag into 4 different pieces.
You actually physically cut the flag?
Yes, we physically cut the flag.
Wow. Are there specific pieces that you're supposed to cut?
Yeah, we're
right down there, in the middle, across it.
But you never want to break the
stars.
Yeah, stars.
So you cut the stars out as one.
Yes, because
Okay.
you never want to break that union.
So this whole square right here
Stays together.
stays together because you never want to break
And
it.
then what do you do with it when you have 4 pieces?
And then after that, you cut the stripes individually.
Individually?
Yes, individually, representing the 13 colonies. And then you burn the pieces individually.
You burn the pieces?
Yes.
I didn't know
I had
that.
no idea that this was part of that process.
Yes. So is there a way, a specific way to burn them?
There's no specific way to actually burn it, but there is a ceremony process. So you talk about, during the process, we talk about what each stripe represents and what the union represents. So the ceremony is actually neat. If you've never watched it, you should go out to the Girl Scouts to Camp Ponihana and check it out sometime. We'd
And
love
the
to
girls
see you.
do it. The Girl Scouts do the whole burning
The
process.
entire ceremony, yes ma'am.
Wow. That's really neat. And it so makes sense that Goodwill is working with it, because I'm sure at one point in time you had a flag that was given to you and you had to do something appropriate with it.
Because you see so many flags that should not be flying, that need to be retired. It's so good to know there is a process and they'll be treated with respect. Thank you, girls, so much. The veterans, including you, really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. And for more information, you can go to experiencegoodwill.org. And they'll be glad to accept your flags, won't you? We'll be right back.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Just go do it. Go do it.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourselves.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota flooring.
Fun for the whole family. The 25th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County. Fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment. With headliners, the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Kim Betts, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4. Children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Venice Airport Festival grounds.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Welcome back. Hey, we have some great news about a Sarasota girl that we have talked to right here on Suncoast View. She is a tennis star. Mirjana Lucic-Baroni is playing right now in the Miami Open, and she is storming through ranked players. She's right now 29th in the world. She defeated a former champion, and she is really, and we talked about this, she took a big break from the sport and is fighting her way back. 35 is not old, obviously, but it is in the world of competitive tennis. So at age 35, she is 18 years older than she was the last time that she was at this level. And
many
she
players
has
retire at her.
Exactly. She has beat 2 ranked players already and is continuing her path, hopefully, to the Miami Open
This would be
Championship.
wonderful. She overcame so much.
She did, and her family is right here on the Suncoast, and she's truly a great person. So we wish her the best. We love to see our local people making great strides. And then we kind of like to peek at national people, too. So we have to talk about Dancing with the Stars because Linda has some pretty strong opinions about how this show is going so far this season. But we did send home Chris Kattan, I'm hearing, last night. Linda?
We knew he was going. He wasn't really great. A nice guy, funny to watch, but you really can't overcome great dancers with just being funny out there.
And Charo was very close to going home, I understand. What do you think about that?
Oh, she was hilarious. She just about went after the judges. When they said that she was not, they criticized her a little bit. I mean, they had to hold her back. She was going after the judges.
She was cranky?
Yeah, but this guy was a little worse. He had back problems. I think he broke his back not long
but he had
ago.
an injury.
So he still has not come back from that.
And I have to do certain moves when you're back.
If you're
worried
stiff.
about your back.
I have to rip on Kelly or rip with Kelly a little bit, who came in and said, Nancy Kerrigan is just not a nice person.
A mean mug, man. Just put a smile on your face. She had a meltdown during practice again. Another meltdown. Nancy Kerrigan.
Well, during the performance, she was, they're supposed to smile. She was
a fake smile.
It was a fake smile.
And she's a performer, you
yes,
think?
she performed all of her life.
You think she know? All right, I'm going to have to get into this because apparently it's way more entertaining than I was giving it credit for. So, all right, we're going to get into Dancing with the Stars, but first we are getting ready for healthy meals that you can make on the go. We're headed to the kitchen with Johns Hopkins All Children's.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You've got to see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A slight drop at SRQ. Fewer people choose to fly out of Sarasota Bradenton International Airport last month. The president of SRQ says there are 2 specific reasons why. And now taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident on I-75 in the northbound lanes at the Clark Road exit, and it is not tying up traffic all too much. But just north of that, traffic is moving slowly. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. Another beautiful day here along the Suncoast. Lots of sunshine out there. A nice sea breeze kicking in. We have a cold front that is kind of fading away across the southeast right now. That front is not going to have a big impact on our weather at all. There's another one, though, to the west of it now moving through Texas, creating some rough weather there. We'll have the latest on that. That could bring us some rainfall by Friday. But currently, lots of sunshine, 78, and quite comfortable. More on that at 5.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
A unique celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota. La Musica, the annual International Festival of Chamber Music, with renowned musicians from 4 continents. April 3rd through April 12th at the Sarasota Opera House and at Sainer Pavilion. Buy your tickets now.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Coming up Wednesday at 4 on Suncoast View, our pet trendologist is here, and she's going to talk to us about trendy pet dining. You can have gourmet goodies for your four-legged friends. Twin brothers lead separate lives. It's a new musical from Venice Theater called Blood Brothers. We'll have a preview. Plus Suncoast for sale, and we're going to twist things up in the kitchen with the new Ben's Pretzels.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here with Anita from Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital talking about heart-healthy foods. So what are we making here today?
We are going to make fajita quesadillas.
Okay.
And we're making also a black bean avocado and tomato salsa and a nice coleslaw to go with it that has a lime vinaigrette.
Ooh,
so what you're
great.
going to do, these are all heavy on the vegetables, and these are all kid-friendly, you know, kid-tested and kid-friendly foods. Yes. So we are, you know, normally a quesadilla has just cheese and meat sometimes. So we're going to mix all that chicken, just dump all that.
All of it.
You're going to put all the chicken in with the peppers, and we're going to. That's some sautéed red peppers and cubana.
Gotcha.
They're mild peppers, so the kids
not too
really
hot,
they're not too hot. No.
Kids won't eat hot peppers.
And you're going to throw all this cilantro in there.
Okay.
my.
All the cilantro
So you
in
put
it.
it all together.
Not the cheese,
Not
though.
the cheese,
And then we're
okay.
going to take these spices. This is just some chili powder, some cumin, and we can put the whole thing in. That's
The
all
whole
measured
thing?
out. Yep.
Whoa.
Well, you know, you want to sprinkle it around.
You want some taste in there.
Okay. So you mix that all around. Doesn't it smell good?
Smells
Okay.
good. I love
So
it.
we're going to put this on the tortilla, whole grain tortilla, because we're going to be you know,
that
getting the
good?
kids their whole
Is that too
grains,
much?
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
too
that's
much.
plenty
Okay.
because we only want to do it on half.
Okay.
Okay, because we're going to fold it over. It's going to look
There we
like this
go.
at the
A
end.
little bit more. Come on,
Okay,
come on.
sorry.
You know, you could do it too.
There we go.
Okay.
I put too
Okay,
much
so
on
yeah, kind of slide it over, and then you want to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top.
Here.
You know,
I like
you
a
know,
lot of cheese.
Okay, well you can have a lot of cheese, but with your kids, you know, and we're using
We're trying to
low-fat.
be heart healthy
Low
here.
fat cheese though, so that's going to be okay. Okay, now we want to fold that in half, and I'm going to put a little bit of. This is actually a olive oil spread because we want to.
Oh, really?
Well, we want to cut down on our saturated fats, right?
Yes.
So you could use oil, but it would be a little bit greasy. This is get some steam going on. I'm just going to take that and put it in here. We're going to put those
I hope
both
it doesn't
in.
spill out.
No, it's
All
gonna
right,
be
well,
fine.
those cook
Okay,
now.
well that's
That's
going
ready.
on. Let's make the black bean salsa. Now I have some chopped avocado.
All right, so I dump it.
Dump it in there. We're going to put in the tomatoes, and these are things that the kids can chop up. Some green onions with a little bit of cilantro in it.
Okay.
And then we have our spices here.
Whole thing?
Yep. Again, we want to sprinkle it.
You have to give us techniques.
And then we don't want to mix it too much because we don't want it to become muddy, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to squeeze these limes on there. While you're doing that, I'm going to have you go ahead and, well,
Okay, I
let's
put
do
a
this.
little in there. You want to
That's
do the
okay.
dressing first?
Yeah, let's do the
Okay.
dressing first. This is
All
just
right.
lime juice with a little bit of vinegar. This is our seasoning. We do have a little bit of sugar in there, which is yes.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
okay. So we're gonna just wanted to make so we can actually see it. So they're putting what there?
Quarter cup?
This is quarter cup of canola oil.
Okay.
We're gonna that's got a little oregano, a little bit of sugar,
Okay.
and salt and pepper, and that's it.
Okay,
So
you
can-
go back to the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and whisk this up and add
and then you
the
add your
cabbage.
slaw
Are
and
these
use the
okay?
tongs to mix it. They're beautiful, aren't they?
We don't want to burn
How do we
them.
No, they're going to be fine.
How do you
okay, we're
know
gonna
when to
flip.
turn them over?
You can smell them.
Oh.
But you want to get a nice brown
Yeah, those
color
are
on
golden.
them.
That's beautiful.
It's okay if it's a little bit done, and that's all. Like yours look better than mine that I made earlier.
So Anita, take a minute and tell us about the ingredients that Bobeth used here. Why did you choose black beans and avocados?
Okay, so black beans are high in protein. Okay, so the kids, you know, this is a good way to get protein with the kids and vegetables. You're filling up the tortilla chips with that. Now, of course, kids love chips, so if we can give them something that they can eat with the chips, they're going to want to try this. But at the same time, you're going to have 5 or 6 chips, right? So it's not going to be like they're eating a bag of chips. And you're going to probably, in 5 of those, you've got a serving of vegetables.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so we want to increase their vegetables and get them used to eating vegetables.
Oh, that's so good. What a great idea.
And the same with the quesadilla. When we have the peppers already sauteed, and we do them like fajita style, so they have a little caramelization, they get sweet, and then we put them in with the chicken. This is half chicken and half vegetables. Okay?
So it's a good way to get vegetables
normally
in your
they're going to normally they're going to eat.
All right, Kelly, did you see that? You can call it chicken because it is chicken.
Exactly.
And your kids will eat it. This is Anita from Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, and she is talking to us about healthy eating for March Nutrition Month, and we have got ways we can make quick foods for our families. So thank you very much. We are excited to dig in. Bobeth, you did a good job making these.
They look beautiful.
They do. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Kelly, thanks for joining us. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.